Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to talk about my daily list section. So this is what it looks like in my current planner, and this is where we're going to land eventually, but first we're going to talk about how these lists looked historically. This is not a planner, it's a journal only, but I did, way back I wrote gratitude lists. Let's see if we can find one. Yes. Gratitudes and wins was what I wrote. Because, well, it's people talk about it. So I actually, it seems, I don't remember, but it seems as if I wrote several wins a day and several gratitudes. So I wrote about my husband, about tea in a beautiful cup, about a good film. Wins, I cleaned the sink, no, not the sink, under the sink, never mind. I colored my hair. I started a me book, okay. I'm trying to do my routines. Yeah, okay. So stuff of that nature. So it's got to do with tidying the house, doing my routines, being a nice person, for fuck's sake. Okay, I don't remember any of this. Gratitude about my husband again, and having energy and having motivation to clean. Finding a nice cushion that I probably butchered since then to make my books. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing I wrote back then. I did try to make it more like structured in my 2020 autumn planner. So here I had a spread for grateful as fuck. And I've written about the weather and about being in the cabin and sleeping in. Courage over comfort was something I wrote about for a while. I didn't write about for a while because this is a spread and there are only two things that I'm not gonna show, and I never showed any courage, so there was nothing to write about. Looking forward to, with the stupid little lady here who looks forward to, becoming strong and supple and getting good balance from the yoga, and the yoga fucked me up, so I look forward to something that started to happen and then crashed and burned. So sometimes it's kind of funny reading these old lists. Looking forward to Christmas, October, winter walks, writing on my fantasy book, that kind of thing. So I had 4 spreads. Oh, I had wins as well, yes. Have done yoga for 3 days. And after 3 months, things were looking down. Well, stuff, go me. And in this book, I also started, I had a coach, a job coach, who taught me to write every day about what I did for myself that day or the day before, what I learned about myself, and what I wanted to do for myself today. So this, I think this was the first time I wrote about that on this spread, so I wrote a whole page about each thing. And you know, I picked that up, I continued doing that because it kind of felt good to focus on what you do for yourself and what you get to know about yourself. And in this book I used some of the headings. Today's bonus I started writing about, and I wrote quite a lot each day, and I put the date here. I didn't write every day, I think, or did I? Yes, maybe I did. But today's bonus is something different from gratitude. It's something specific that happened that day that you're especially happy about. So something a bit out of the ordinary. So, for example, we watched an opera that was funny. There was the smell of lavender on the air. That I slept in, that we went out with on an outing, and my book. Every day's bonus is my book. A savior in every kind of situation. Well, I do write a lot about my books in my books. It's a big part of my life. Fermented herring with all the bells and whistles. It's hot. Well, and so on. And a separate spread for wins. Again, cleaning. So when you've done this for a while, you notice, or I noticed, that some things tend to recur. Like wins have to do with cleaning, with sticking to my routines, doing well at work, things of that nature. And sometimes it's about sleeping, you know, because I'm getting older, so I'm having more trouble sleeping. So sometimes my win is that I slept in and didn't wake up at 6. Looking forward to filling this book. Starting work, actually, yes. I look forward to Sunday night when I'm going to take a bath and take it easy. Let's see. Sometimes I have trouble knowing what I look forward to. And I look forward to a day when I know what I'm doing, when I understand all the theories and how everything connects. Right now, I think I understand, only to dig a little deeper and find things that complicate everything and contradict what I thought I knew. So, in the future, one day, when I understand everything, I can look back on this little note and think, well, now I'm there. I understand everything. I also kept up my 3 questions, as I was talking about earlier. The 3 questions from the coach. What did you do for yourself? What do you want to do for yourself today? And what did you learn about yourself? So I've learned that sometimes, even though I have lots of ideas and feel creative, I need to rest first. And this is something I still write about, you know. I realized I had to rest. I realized I couldn't do it all at once. I realized I have to, you know, do things in chunks and not everything at once. So some of the things you learn about yourself, you have to relearn because you're thick. Things I did for myself. I took an evening for myself. Took it easy. I ate pancakes. Well, it's the little things, but it's the little things that make up your life. So that brings us to, should we have a look at this one, at February this year, perhaps? Because, well, actually it was in January that I sort of structured my daily lists this new way, but in February I added a few pages, so we're gonna look at that. I have morning thoughts, I have grateful for, and wins, today's bonus, looking forward to, what do I want, big and small, did for myself, learned about myself, want to do for myself, and things I like about my husband, or just gratitude about my husband, that sort of thing. So I did that in February and it worked well. It's part of my morning routine to fill these in. And, well, morning thoughts are just like a summary. Here in the back, I write, this is random journaling every morning, like morning pages. But this is just 2 lines to summarize what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking of. For example, a bit stressed over everything I need to do this week. Okay, so that was my morning thought. But I was grateful for working from home. My win was, let's see, I cycled on my exercise bike on the with a lot of resistance. Like it goes from 0 to, I don't know, 10, and I had resistance 5. So I was really proud of myself. That was a win. Today's bonus was a whole day of like planner crafting in the sofa while my husband was DJing on YouTube, and I love that. I love spending a whole day just tinkering with my books and having him at my side doing something different. Looking forward to getting out into the sun. What do I want? I want control over everything. I want to be on top of things and feel like I know how to do things and have enough time. So that's a big ask. Did for myself. Didn't tidy a quarter of an hour like we usually do. Took a day off. Learned about myself. Sometimes I draw faces that don't really look like the reference image, but then it still looks like the person. You see who it is, even though, oh, so it doesn't resemble the reference, but it resembles the person anyway. Oh, I had forgotten about that. Want to do for myself, go out into the light. Yeah, because it was sunny. And husband stuff, he does all the cooking. Yeah, that's a big one. So that brings us to now, if you haven't switched off yet. And I have the same setup this month with, it's 10 different pages in all. And this time I'm writing with different pens to make it look carnivalesque, I guess. And today my morning thoughts were, in the 20s we'll be smooching at the feet of the ruler. The Ghost dropped a single yesterday, and I can only think about that and nothing else. Thankful for Ghost. I feel better from my illness. I have a calm week at work, and Ghost again. Today's bonus, 20s, the single, without a doubt. What a banger. Wow, such angry. He really sings from the heart on that one. Wins, I took breaks yesterday when I needed to, so I didn't overexert myself. Looking forward to, I don't know how to say this, impera, it's Latin, you know, the new album, the Ghost album. I'm prepared to not like everything at once, but goddamn. What do I want? That the new album will be an absolute banger and inspire my writing, which I think it's actually already doing. Now, I'm sorry, this is personal, but I try to write a fantasy novel. I'm world building for it, but now I've found a character I really love. I've found the soundtrack, or I'm getting the soundtrack next week. And now I just need to find an author who inspires me when it comes to language. And that's the holy trinity of things that get me going when it comes to writing. Anyway, did for myself. Took it easy, cycled 15 minutes, and wrote a little on my fantasy novel. Learned about myself that I can get, and I immediately have to write them down, ideas for my fantasy world from anything. Yes, actually, this in the reflection section, that's where I got my idea from Penny Dreadful, because I'm rewatching it. Want to do for myself, continue building up my return, you know, getting back on the horse after my illness. And darling, well, I like that we both like Ghost. It feels important. So today was a lot about Ghost, and you know, it gets repetitive, and I may write about the same things, like here, 20s. On my weekly memories, I wrote that the single dropped. On my daily doodles, I wrote... Didn't I write it? What the fuck? Well, I have to remedy that. What? How do I write it? I have to write it really big, because normally when I hear a song, even new Ghost songs, I sort of feel like, meh, to begin with. Well, it's fine, and then, you know, it grows on me. But this one was an instant love. So it has to be big. I just loved the raw energy and anger of it. So, yes. So, rewriting the same information everywhere. I'm gonna have to write it here as well. Yes, I will. I need to write about this song and how, like, the same as I did. Wait. This video is no longer about daily lists. I'm sorry. I just get so worked up about stuff. 20s. Yes. So my point is that you can write about the same things in different places, in different ways, and you know, look at it from different angles. I probably, yeah, I wrote about Ghost back here as well. I mean,